All right, let's take a look at our upgraded flow at the end of grading. So I've just graded a sample set of submissions with 8 students. I'm going to go ahead and finish grading. So I'll get some confetti, some notifications about the amount of time I've saved, the words of feedback, and the average score. And then now you'll notice a slightly upgraded screen in terms of how I see scores and send feedback. So I have all my fictional students here with all of their scores for each of the rubric categories. I also now have averages for each of those metrics, as well as the total score. In addition, I'm able to send scores and feedback just as I did before, via email, PDF, Google Docs, or via Google Classroom for this type of Google assignment. I can also preview those options. So if I want to, for example, post to Google Documents, I can see a sample of what that looks like before I post. In addition to this, we're really excited to share this Trends and Insights tab, where now I can not only see student scores, but also the texture of how students did. So I have an individual strength for each student's submission, as well as a growth area to help me get a briefing or refresh on what students did well and what they need to work on. I also have a summary over here on the left-hand side, just behind my video, where I can see a debrief based on all of that data. I also will get these recommendations at the bottom here. And as with a lot of things in teaching, those recommendations may be very rich, maybe very textured, but they also may take a lot of time to implement. And so we have simplified that process through this data-driven resources feature, where I can click on data-driven resources. I'm able to just move this out for a second, and I will get a debrief on how students did, what they did well, what they struggled with. I'll get a recommended reteaching objective, as well as a description of a custom resource that the AI recommends that I work on with my students. It is able to build this. So in bold, you'll see here an ask by the AI of what we should do next. And it even gives me this handy dandy sentence starter here. If you like, you can build this resource by just typing this in. So let's build the resource that it described for grade 8. It is going to start developing that resources here in the chat. And notably, if I don't like what it's come up with, or if I have some feedback for it, I'm able to just give it that feedback and say, I want just 3 of these questions, or I want them to have 2 pieces of evidence. In this case, it looks like what it has identified, which is fantastic, is students struggle with their reasoning. So it's devising a set of claims with evidence so that students can actually just practice the reasoning. This is a fantastic form of deliberate practice. If I like what's here, or if I want to work on it and just edit it myself, I can add it to the document. And now I have the resource sitting here ready for me to go. I'll delete out this reflection. Maybe I will format some of the pieces of this so that it fits my instructional style, as well as the length of time that I have. I love that it's provided me with an example already. And this is on the topic, social media usage, that was part of this response that students wrote in the first place. Once I'm done with this, I am able to take it and export it as a Google document or as a Microsoft Word document. And so it is actually going to formulate that document in my drive. And now I have this ready to go. So if I wanted to actually assign this in Google Classroom to students, I'm able to do that. I'm also able to come back here, save this resource, and see any and all of my saved resources here for me to utilize. There's also a host of other actions I can take. I can take, for example, all of this text, and I can use my AI actions up here to translate a copy. And you can play around with making it shorter, longer, changing the tone, simplifying. There's a host of AI actions that you can take within this AI-powered text editor. So we hope that this really streamlines the process of giving students great feedback on their work, but also harnessing the insights from that work in order to turn those insights into reteaching resources that can help you precisely and specifically target learning gaps, close them more effectively, and serve students better. So we're looking forward to your feedback. Please let us know how this goes. And thanks for watching.